point is this: wrong belief leads to wrong decisions. But this is what I want to ask you, because this is a story about Peter and the disciples and Jesus, and we can all agree, probably not a good thing to rebuke Jesus. We get that. But this is what I want you to wrestle with today. The big question for today is simply this: what do you believe about God that isn't true? What do you believe about God that isn't true? Because if it's that important, that maybe the most important thing, or one of the most important things about us, is what comes to our mind when we think about God. What is something that we believe about God that isn't true? And as you're kind of thinking about that, wrestling with that, I want to share with you a few things that I believed over the years that aren't true, that I used to believe about God. Here's the first one. One thing I used to believe about God that isn't true is this: is that God ultimately wants me to be happy. That's like his main goal for my life, right? I don't know if y'all had that one. But that was it. Above all, God wants me to be happy. That's like his main goal, is for me to be happy. And I ran into that at the end of like senior year when I was in high school, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. Thought I was going to go play college basketball at this small school. That would have made me happy. I prayed about it about 600 times, right? Did all the work, everything. Thought it was going to work out. Right at the very last minute, found out they were going with another guy, so it wasn't going to work out. And I remember having that moment where all my life I'd been working toward this one goal, had prayed toward it 1,000,000 times, and then I realized I wasn't going to get what I wanted and what I ultimately thought was best for me, would make me happy. And I remember praying to God and just being really honest and be like, God, I don't understand why you do this to me. You ever been in that spot, right? We're just like, man, I'm frustrated because this would make me happy, and it seems like it's a perfectly fine thing. It's a Christian school, God, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could learn about you while I'm playing basketball. And it really led me to doubt and frustration with God, because I really thought, ultimately, if I did enough of the good things, I would get kind of good stuff coming back, right? It's almost kind of had more of an understanding of karma than I had of New Testament, Old Testament, whole Bible God, right? That if I did enough good things, it'd work out. Or maybe the reason I didn't get it was because I didn't do enough good things. I wasn't a good enough boy, so God didn't give it to me. But it wasn't until I started studying the Bible for myself to where I had a better understanding of what God really is about. And I'm reading through the Bible, and I read through this little letter, 1 Thessalonians. And in that letter, Paul's writing to a church. It's like a young, vibrant church. And he wrote them this verse, or he wrote them this line in chapter 4, verse 3, where he says, it's God's will. God's will for you is this: your sanctification. For this is God's will, your sanctification. This is what God wants for you. This is his wish, his will, his dream. This is what he wants for you, Christian, your sanctification. And what sanctification means, a big church word, but it means this: he wants us to become more like Jesus. That's sanctification, that process. He wants us to become more like Jesus. And it was in that moment, I had like this light bulb moment where I was like, oh, God cares more about me being holy than happy.